The same speech I gave on colors is the same speech I'm going to give on typography. I'll bring in a heading and I'll duplicate this a few times so we can work on this. And below the heading, I will bring in text, and I'll grab some paragraph text. And this is usually how I go about when I set up my typography styling. This heading, select it, go to tags in the side panel, and I'll put it on H1. It is H1. This one I'll put on H2, and this one I'll put on H3. Now for this one pager, I don't think I'm even using a H3, but just in case, I'll put it there. We're not going to go into the H4 to H6, but definitely H1 and H2, and then our paragraphs over here. Same area. If you want to open it, let's close the sidebar here on the right. Go to the settings toolbar in the top and then select global settings. And we did work with colors previously. There's a little dot indicating that we have made changes here. This time we're going to jump to typography. We're going to skip buttons, but buttons work exactly the same. Now for my mock-up, I remember so this is my mock-up, and I think we're going to stick to this very clean setup. I don't want to use all the fancy little squirrely design script stuff I did for the second mock-up. It looked a little bit cluttered. I like this cleaner font for this, but this is up to you. And a tip here, if you are really stuck on what to do in terms of a font that works for your website, I recommend you go speak to our new friends, the AI. They have insights into this. Really, you just tell them, I'm creating a pottery website. I want it to look very earthly, and I want it to be very organic. Which fonts will work good as a heading and as body text? And those are the two words. That's always very important, heading font and body font. I would have switched these two around here. I start with the body font because that's usually our base font. So have a look at what is happening here on the canvas area, and on body font, I'm going to type in Inter and I'll select Intertype. And of course, these fonts we are getting for free from Google. Once I select it, you can see that my body font has updated to Intertype. It did not do it for the heading font, so the heading does not automatically come from the body font. So we're going to do the same, select the Inter, and I'll also go for Intertype, and you can see everything has changed. The base size is the size of your font in a paragraph. That is going to be your base size. Base size, I'm going to put on 18. And I know for many people, like, what about 16? Because of mobile devices and because of my eyesight going down the drain, I found that actually it works very well on 18. It doesn't always look good from a design perspective. And what I mean is that 16 always looks so clean and, precise and makes you fall in love with the text. But 18 is legible. It's very easy to read it. And that's why lately I like to go for 18. But I want more control here. I want to change how the heading will look. I want to change how the H2 heading will look. And I want a little bit more control over the paragraph. And they've hidden that in Breakdance under Advanced. I don't really think it is advanced. I just think it's additional. But if they want to call it advanced, then c'est la vie. Body. And body is your paragraph, your text element. Select that and bring it in here. Color, we have already set the color under global colors. But you can make changes here if you want to. Not going to do that. Font family, we already set that over there. As well as the font size, we set that over there. So we're not going to play around with that. What I do want to change here is the line height. So I'll type in here 1 just to show you what happens when we have 1. And remember, the line height value is always in M, but I'll just put it on M for your reference. And I found that 1.4 works for me, maybe a little small, 1.5. The recommendation is that the M value is usually 10% from your base size. Whoa, say that again. The M value is 10% from your base size, and our base size is 18, so our line height should be 1.8. But I find that doesn't look good from a design perspective. Very good for reading. Put it in your book. I'll go for 1.4. That is really stretching it, and maybe I'll get a few points against me, but that is what I like. And that's all I want to change here. Good, so that's the body part. I'm done with that. Now I go to headings and I select on the edit for my headings. Let's drag it in here. Start with all headings. Is there anything that I want to change here? No. Well, I can go to the weight and make sure that all my headings are on 700, which will give me bold. Nothing changes, which means it's already on that. If I put it on 100, you will see it gets to extra thin or scrawny little bugger. Not sure what that one is, but this is how you override the weight from the default settings of Breakdance. I'll put it on 700. Nothing is going to change. Why? Because Breakdance already put my headings on 700. Line height. Again here, I make a change which is personal. I like to know that my M value for my heading is 1. And once I put in 1, you can see everything becomes narrow here. The reason I put that there is I don't like my headings breaking into 2 lines. And if my heading were to go into a second line, like if I say this is a heading, let's take this over here and I'll put it in this heading. I'll paste it. You will see it breaks into 2 lines. Let's go back to advanced headings, all headings, bring it here. This one is too low for this. And again, we will increase it maybe 1.2. For headings, you use a smaller line height. Otherwise, it just becomes all over the place. But because I'm going to try and avoid multiple lines for a heading, I'll stick with 1. And if I get, in those cases, one that goes beyond it, I may make a change on the page and override it, or we can come back here and make changes. But for now, I'll just stick to 1. And that is all headings. So I'll just type in here, this is a heading, H2. Things closed here. Let's open the advanced again, which that didn't happen. Select headings again. And because I'm going to work with H1 and H2, and there it closes. So the moment I click on the page, it closes. Annoying. Remember that. Let's go to H1. What we'll do is set the font size for, where are we? H1. So let's leave it on 76. That is H1. And the other thing I'm going to do is make it all caps. Go again to another advanced option here, and I select transform, and I make it all caps. So my heading H1 is always going to look like this. I'm done with the H1. H2, that's the one below that. Same procedure. I'm going to put my font size on 48. And then my line height is already overridden by the all headings section, so I don't need to care about this. And I'm going to make sure that this one is always on capitalize, which means every word will start with a capital. Not always good for this is a heading, so I'll rather than go for none, and I'll type it in the way I want. Let's just clear out the transform option over here. And if I were to bring in an H3, let's do that. I will set the font size to 36. And we've now gone ahead and we've created our typography very nicely. That means that if I come to this heading that is currently H2 and I decide to make it a H1, it will look like the H1 and everything is all caps. And if I go back to H2, you can see I have the normal H2 setting that I've created in the typography. With these 2 settings, global settings completed, and remember, before I continue, save, Control S, Command S. With these 2 completed, I am ready now to start building. I will close this panel on the right, open my structure, and I will remove everything on this page so that we can start from fresh. Let's take a break, go grab a cup of coffee, a little bit of tea or something to kick it up, and then we begin building our one page for our potter, and that is Lerato Ntuli.